Well, with the dreadful 2024 NBA All-Star Game in the rearview mirror, which was a putrid layup line and shoot-around featuring damn near zero defensive effort at all, Commissioner Adam Silver essentially said, "Hold my beer," and went about finding a way to somehow, someway, make the 2025 game even worse.
Scale of 1 to 10, your thoughts of the format?
10 being the best?
Yes.
A 0. Sucks.
But isn't it time we start using the All-Star Game merely as a microcosm for larger league trends?
You won't see anything from me tonight. Unfortunately, I will not be in uniform tonight.
Maybe it's time to get real and realize that the problems plaguing the All-Star Game are emblematic of wider league issues, in the understanding that the real culprits that must look within to fix it are the players. But judging by the response from guys who are the major perpetrators, that doesn't seem very realistic at all. And frankly, I couldn't believe my damn ears when I heard what some of these tone-deaf, delusional, alleged ambassadors for the sport had to say. But first, guys, many thanks for joining me and tuning in. As always, I greatly appreciate all of your support, and please, if you are not subscribed, consider doing so at this time to help me crack my goal of 100,000 subscribers this calendar year of 2025. And speaking of tuning in, clearly fans aren't to this NBA product. With only 5.5 million viewers tuning in for the 2024 All-Star Game, the players actually even agreed that a change was needed.
We needed a change, needed some new life, new juice in the game, something kind of unexpected.
We got to do something. Obviously, the last couple of years have not been a great All-Star game that Sunday night.
Adam Silver, hearing the outcry, enlisted the help of Steph Curry with brainstorming a little idea for improvement.
I did have some input and a lot of conversations with Adam, the rest of the leadership on, I think, one, condense the amount of time you're actually playing so that it gives us more clarity on, like, all right, if we can raise our level of competition.
And even though Silver is taking the lion's share of the blame for these ideas blowing up and for the debacle that was this year's complete crap fest,
it's a complete crap.
These players had better just take a good hard look in the mirror. But, I mean, take a look at that LeBron soundbite again.
We got to do something. Obviously, the last couple of years have not been a great All-Star game that Sunday night.
Yes, and the problem is you. Somewhere along the line, these players stopped caring about competing. And that has permeated the fabric of every part of the game. Certainly in the regular season, absolutely in the All-Star Game, and yes, even in the playoffs. But while it might be a league-wide problem, it doesn't really require the entire league full of players to want to change it. Just the guys at the top. Just the elite guys. The guys who quit on competing a long time ago. And don't just take my word for it. Draymond Green acknowledges the issues to some degree did lie with LeBron.
That's what it's always been, right? You look at MJ, you look at Kobe, you look at Vince, like all the top guys. It was kind of a rite of passage to do the dunk contest. And I think, you know, when Bron didn't do it, then the guys stopped doing it almost as if it was beneath them.
And yes, I realize that is All-Star Saturday night, but it is unequivocally applicable to the plight of the All-Star Game itself. Just take a look at LeBron's reluctance to take part in the dunk contest as being a major overriding factor to what destroyed that part of the All-Star weekend and the trickle-down effect it has had with other star players. But again, don't just take my word for it, listen to Draymond.
That's where it tipped, where Bron didn't do it, and then you started to see the stars not do it.
And realize this is a player who has become a Clutch Sports mouthpiece in recent years and a card-carrying member of the LeBron jock-sniffing club. And even he is willing to admit this on the record. And in the aftermath of Mac McClung, a G-Leaguer three-peating in the dunk contest, it did pull other star players out of the woodwork, with Ja Morant and Giannis Antetokounmpo tweeting back and forth saying they might have to do it next year. because they have been shamed into it by a 6'2" G-leaguer who looks more likely to be teaching high school algebra than winning a dunk contest. But why does it take him humiliating all of them 3 straight times to light the fire? What great young player today is going to snatch the torch and start competing again? The NBA is, at its heart, a follow-the-leader type league, and the greatest players the league have to offer are the Pied Pipers to which all else will follow. And that is why this whole damn era of when LeBron and Steph took over from Kobe has been reprehensible ass. LeBron, with his inherent who me type attitude towards all of the issues plaguing the league, while Steph Curry just seems concerned with people having fun. At least that was his primary directive with the All-Star game this year.
I think it was a good step in the right direction to reinvigorate the game in some way. I had fun. Our team had fun. That's kind of all that matters.
Now, he doesn't really want to compare this product, though, to other eras.
I don't want to compare it to any other era because the world has changed, life is different, the way people consume basketball is different. So it's not going to look like it used to, but it can still be fun for everybody.
The reason he doesn't want to go down that road is, of course, because, well, those eras produced a better product. And literally, get the hell out of here with the way games are consumed or viewed has changed. That has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with you competing, with you taking the challenge. Remember when Steph Curry was in his prime back in 2017? The Golden State Warriors were smack dab in their dynasty build, winning back-to-back titles around that time, and Curry had 2 very recent league MVPs on his mantle. Yeah, during that All-Star game in 2017, Steph Curry literally laid down to avoid playing defense and or getting dunked on by Giannis Antetokounmpo. It isn't funny. It isn't amusing or endearing. It is pathetic. This loser mentality by this era's best players that old heads bemoan and challenge routinely, yet are perpetually dismissed as some kind of nostalgia goggles or a curmudgeonly get off of my lawn type attitude, but it clearly isn't. Players today do not play as hard. They do not compete like the guys who hailed from other eras. Look no further than the 2013 All-Star game when Kobe Bryant in his 17th season absolutely owned 28-year-old prime MVP LeBron for virtually the entire game. As Bryant was hounding LeBron early and often in that game, but took it to the next level in the 4th quarter when the game was really at stake. And that is a time, of course, that Kobe has owned for the vast majority of his career, while LeBron has routinely shrunk and shriveled. With the West only leading by 4 points at the end of the 4th quarter, Bryant would completely shut down and humiliate LeBron, holding him to 0 of 4 from the field in that final corner while turning him over a number of times and picking him up full court. LeBron ended up leading both teams with a game-high 4 turnovers, in fact, while Bryant rejected him multiple times down the stretch. LeBron would not score his first point of the 4th quarter until he hit a meaningless free throw with 34 seconds left in a game that was already over with the West up 8. Kobe was strutting around at midcourt telling everyone that LeBron couldn't score on him. That was Kobe in his 17th season. That was Kobe with a net worth already near $500 million, already with 5 NBA championships, with nothing to prove. And yet that guy went out and did that to the allegedly best player in the game at the time. And why, you might be wondering? Because he is better. He is better than any of the guys that came after. He is better because he took the challenge. He took the lessons and used the precedents set by those who came before him. If the greatest players set the tone, others will follow.
If stars don't start doing it, All-Star Weekend's about to be lost.
Yeah.
So it is time to get rid of the guys who broke the chain, who dropped the rope on that. The LeBron Jameses and Steph Currys, be gone with you and good riddance. If the NBA really is going to be fixed, not just the All-Star game, but the league issues as a whole, It will be incumbent on this next era, on the best players the league has to offer, to set the precedent and make others come along with them. It's not just enough to be a great player and have a willingness to defend, like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Victor Wembanyama. Ability and willingness will go only so far. The competitive vigor must be activated here. I'm talking about a desire. In the aforementioned 2013 All-Star Game, when Kobe shut down LeBron, the West beat the East 143-138. Not necessarily a low-scoring game, but a hell of a lot lower than what we have seen in recent years. If, and that is a big if, the NBA is going to be fixed, while yes, rules changes and mandates of how individual games are being officiated can go a long way, but it's the players that have to take some accountability and responsibility in just simply finding the pride to compete and put a better product on the floor. If that isn't going to happen, then I wouldn't be very hopeful about anything changing anytime soon. And if you did miss my breakdown on this latest 2025 All-Star debacle, you can catch the entire video right here. And again, I would greatly appreciate you guys subscribing if you haven't already to stay up to date with me. Until next time.